Hi, welcome back to Sugar Beats. My name is Colin.
It's your boy Luke.
And I'm Cody.
So we just finished watching Andor episode 5, and we're just gonna kind of give you our thoughts on it. Cody, that's actually, you know what? No, I'm starting this one off. I apologize because I need to talk about my favorite character in this whole series so far, Cyril Karn's mom. She's great. She's fun.
She's brutal, great and fun. She is a savage.
Yes, she is. She's
Karn
an
is-
absolute savage.
Karn is broken beyond all belief. And you're just like, yeah, man, that was fun to watch her just tear him apart as he questions everything that's ever happened in his life.
I think she said, she said, I think you have zero prospects 3 or 4 times in a row to his face. And anytime he said anything else, she just rerouted it back to like,
You know it's bad when you're like, yeah, but we're going to go to Uncle whatever his name. In this case, it's Harlow. But
Yeah.
anytime you're in a show or a movie like this and it was like, we got to call the uncle. You're like, how much
but
did I
what if
mess
the
up?
uncle's Jack Harlow?
Ooh.
I'm still waiting for the uncle to like come and be like, "Ababa boopy, how's it going?"
Oh, you want to just be
and he
super
has like
Italian?
he just has a bunch. I don't know, Star Wars universe. I don't know. The mom's like straight Italian. Like they don't say she's Italian, but like she's like your
She's got the
traditional
vibes.
Italian mom is just a total badass, and everyone's like, "Whoa."
She also pushes food really hard.
It's like, eat your food.
She was like, you suck. You have no jobs. It's really tough living with you. I actually have to go ahead and call your uncle because you are such a failure. Treats? Like,
So basically, the conversation I had when I dropped out of college. Awesome.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
We definitely got a bigger look at like a bunch of characters. They definitely did a bunch of character development for this episode.
Yes, I like that a lot.
Absolutely huge. Skeen loved him.
Yeah.
Like what you could see the struggle in him. You could see how much he's put into this. Former Empire, if I caught that right.
No, I think he was
he's-
a prisoner.
Yeah, he just hates the Empire. He just thinks they suck. And
Yeah.
I think the line was like, I've hated the Empire for as long as I can remember, and I don't know what to call this feeling now, or
Okay.
something like that. And I believe it's resentment, actually, is what you call that feeling.
I thought it was vengeance.
Vengeance, another
Like,
good
like
one.
he said his brother was like going out and like he got mad that the Empire had taken his farm or whatever, or his land or
Flooded it.
whatever.
They flooded his farm, so like the land was unusable.
Yeah. So his brother just went, you know what? I'll draw myself. That's appropriate response.
Yeah, it was so very tough for him, and that's like colored the entirety.
Oh wait.
Yeah, he said he filled his pockets with stones.
Oh, I thought he was at least saying he filled his pockets with stones,
And he
and then he
walked
was like
around with-
throwing. No, he was like throwing them at the Imperials, and I know Imperials can be kind of petty.
So
when like some citizen or whatever tries to do whatever, they're just like,
We literally just watched this, and Luke kept trying to talk about points. We're like, save it for the podcast.
Yeah, I really liked the Skeen character development a lot. Namek,
Namek.
Nemec.
Nemec.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is such a good boy. He is a
Instant
fanatic.
theater kid vibes.
Yes. Oh my, big theater kid vibes. I think he's gonna die,
Oh, totally.
and I really don't want him to, cause he's like the cute, lovable nerd. I just want to like pinch his cheeks.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see another young character getting involved with the rebellion besides like basically Ezra,
Yeah.
which loved Ezra, but like seeing a young character that's not a Jedi involved is great.
Yeah.
The Mothma family. Oh my god, are they a
That
train
is
wreck?
such a complicated mess of emotions and political like the mom is like she's a hardworking businessman
Or she's
woman,
a
and
senator.
then- yeah, I think, and then she's also a mom,
Yeah.
and then there's just the husband who's just this scum nugget, like he's
Yeah.
just bad. He's just like, oh man, it sucks that you're not doing good today. I'm gonna eat my cereal.
That was possible. That was a tough breakfast.
Yeah.
I don't know if. Could you imagine just like having to work in that house and you were just like vacuuming, like just like man, not another one, like not another breakfast like this. Like on the bright side though, would you get the leftovers?
I've always had a famous line working in anything entertainment when these kind of awkward conversations come up. I got to go check the lights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have to go look at. I gotta go tug on the cord a little bit.
I literally used that exact line for a year at our former employer before he figured out what I was saying.
Tee.
It
Yeah.
was great.
I enjoyed the I liked we got Cinta, the healer lady.
Yeah.
Which was great. I'm really happy that we finally got to actually like meet these characters for real.
Yeah, because we got Skeen and we got Terramin and Gorn, but like, yeah, Sinta and Nemec, both of them were just kind of in the background the whole time. So like, you definitely saw a bunch more of them come forward, really build out their characters, show how much damage there is in all of them and why they're a part of the rebellion, which is huge. You need to give those characters weight because it's not an hour and a half movie. We're doing 12 episodes this season.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they already announced season 2. So like we're going to see a bunch of these characters. Speaking of characters where you can see some of the pain, we get Luthen being extremely vulnerable. Finally, like he was this incredibly rigid guy in the first couple episodes, and now all of a sudden you see him like really panicking about this crew. And like, okay, did I put Andor in the right place? Was he the right call?
He was calmer under gunfire.
Yeah.
Well, that sort of makes sense because, like, you know, adrenaline and the will to survive is kind of keeping you going.
You've
Like,
never been in gunfire, have you?
Yeah, it's like in paintball, it's terrifying to have a paintball whiz over your head. Like it's that man, Noivus.
Yeah.
Oh, and his assistant. I'm forgetting her name.
I don't remember if we've been given one.
She's great.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Yeah, you said you turned that off an hour ago. He was like, and she was like, clean some coins. He was like, fine, I guess I'll clean some coins.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm interested to see their dynamic.
I think she's great. She's
Yeah.
wonderful. It's gonna be fun. I think she's like the calming force for Luthen.
Gorn was fun to dive into this episode as well.
Yeah.
We don't see him show it as much. You kind of understand his movements as a character once Vel explains to Cassian what he's been through.
Yeah.
But I think we're probably going to see that either next episode where they might do like a flashback or something like that, or you're going to see him explain it at some point when maybe he might get ousted, you know? He might get found out.
It's true.
And then he might finally actually explain this to Cassian or something. But it definitely makes more sense why he's in the position that he's in. You know, because
Yeah.
he's a lieutenant. Like that's a high rank to be,
Messing about.
yeah, on the inside for the rebellion.
Yeah.
They did say he was like a lieutenant major, which would be the next rank up. And then he got demoted because I think they found out he was in love with the girl, like a regular.
Yeah.
Because there's a
With a
there's a
local.
moment in this where like the guys are like, oh, those disgusting people. I'm glad they're all dead. Like
When?
they
That
left.
happened in
was on the
one of the
roof.
earlier episodes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
It wasn't in this one.
I thought for a second I thought it was in this one.
Well, they
Okay.
do reference like capturing a bunch of people too, like the indigenous
They
people.
they definitely mentioned like them not having to deal with them on that day because
Yeah.
there are not
Yeah.
as many of them there, or with the potential airbase.
And you can
coming
see
in.
like the colonel or whatever colonel. He has like total disdain for them too. It's like they smell.
yeah.
They're smelly. And like you can see him. The Gorn's just like, yikes.
Yeah. Gorn is not about that life. He is I don't know, he seems very ready to take him down, but he also is just a little I don't know. I haven't seen him do the thing that I'm like, oh, that's why he's a lieutenant, or like, oh, that's why he's BA.
I think he was probably in the Republic. He was probably a Republic lieutenant or an officer, and then he just showed that he was a good officer or like good in the
I mean, for the
military or
most
whatever.
part, most
Yeah.
of them did carry over.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, I like the Republic a lot. And then they're totally changing. Let's see what this is like. And then the Emperor is like,
Well, I really want to see how like I want to know the backstory of like him getting to where he is. Even if he did do good in the Republic, I want him to do a cool thing, you know, because like he's got a way with words. Certainly, that was really really good. Like a nice way to make it seem like he was giving like a lot of brevity to these men and being like, I'm such a good leader. I'm this and this and this.
Yeah.
When he was like, oh, thank goodness, plan solidified. Let's go. Which I appreciate that. Like the writing in this just keeps impressing me, and I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
Dedra, she is going to be such a huge antagonist. I think.
What pill did she take? Is she gonna be like House MD?
I think that was just like to keep her up. I think that was like
Adderall.
like a
Definitely Adderall.
caffeine pill or something. It's like she's like, I didn't realize how late it was.
And then she's like,
oh, she was like, we're gonna do more reports.
Yeah, two more
like, that
files.
was definitely like
We are going to be clipping that sound out.
those 2 more files are in something like, you know, you can just do in a minute. That's probably like, bloop.
yeah.
Like you have to go through like a whole page of things.
They're like sector files.
Yeah, it's not like.
I'm interested to see if her and Karn ever team up, or if they're going to both be coming to Cassian from different sides.
You're gonna like meet up.
I feel like that's what's gonna happen now. Like the way Karn's going, maybe like he becomes like a mercenary or something with this uncle, maybe, and then like he goes from that to like, I'm not about that life, or maybe he does something good for the Empire as a mercenary or something. Like, hey, you're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, no, they've already easily ousted him. Like
Yeah.
unless he climbs the rank with the Empire and joins from the bottom, which I don't think he's going to do at this point.
No, I think he's just gonna end up chasing after Andor with Jack Harlow. I still want Uncle Harlow to be Jack Harlow. I'm sorry. I think that would be really fun. Be a good time for me.
We got to figure next episode they're finally going to make this mission happen.
Yeah, we were definitely so wrong with our predictions last time.
we did say it was going to be one or the other. We
We
said
were like,
we
oh, they're
could
gonna
either
stop
be.
midway through.
We said it could be another setup, or
Yeah.
it could be just like setup / just go into it.
Yeah.
But like they put so much, like the first 10 to 15 minutes, I feel like
Yeah.
they could have cut out.
Yeah.
that
Comment
was just
section
like-
if you could go back and watch that one for us and let us know.
Bam. Or they could have done it sort of like where in like some movies where like they have a big action scene and it's like bam, just goes to black.
Yeah,
Like
could have
something
done
goes
that.
wrong and it goes to black.
Yeah, and it's like kind of like
We
cut straight
figured
to the
this
end.
one would probably end either. Basically, what we said was it would either end right where it is now.
Yeah.
Or yes, add a pivotal. Hey, things are going wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense. We kind of understand this line with Star Wars and with most TV shows and movies of this nature. There's only so much you can do in big heist scenes where you're trying to properly build them up to a big stature like that.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job though. I like the way that they've wrapped up a lot of the storylines. They've like cleared up a lot of the muddiness that like with a lot of the characters. We're seeing very clear direction from each person. A lot of people want to be there for a specific reason. The the scene where they find the kyber crystal, or Skeen finds the crystal on them. I thought that was wonderful. And also just shows that if you pay your employees properly, they will do great work for you.
Like put their entire life on the line, but you know.
Yeah.
He was a little just like, I'm here for the money.
Yeah.
I'm here for the money.
No, that was a good move by Cassian. Just show exactly what you're here for. Stop letting there be doubt.
Yep.
Let's just put it on the table. Because otherwise, you're going to have Skeen questioning the whole time.
Like he pulled the knife on him. You're just walking. He was like, aha.
He's
Yeah,
like,
that
"What?"
wasn't like, let's find out who you are.
Right. Just stab you real quick if you don't let me have that thing on your neck. It's like, wild stuff. But
Next episode should be really fun.
yeah, I'm also nervous that Skeen dies.
Oh, I've been thinking Skeen's could die regardless.
I thought he was gonna get shot by that TIE fighter.
Yeah, honestly. Well, I thought when what's his face, Nemec was just kind of like,
Hey, ship him coming.
yeah, I thought like when he
What
turned
was that, your
around
prairie
with that,
dog?
that was so that, like I thought he was just gonna like, poof.
Was that your Lion King 1.5?
That's what I thought.
Okay.
I thought like just for a minute I was like, oh, he's gonna die right now, like, but then he didn't, and I was like, oh, thank goodness. Oh, because I wrote in my notes, I don't want Nemec to die.
Oh, he will.
I know, but I don't, he's so cute.
And when that happens, you'll see his reaction as the cold open for that episode.
That's true. because he's just like such a cute little zealot. He's just like such a little. It's like, oh, you're like dangerously committed, you know? Like he's writing a manifesto.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's curious. Where it's like, okay, if he lives, how important might he become?
Well, if he dies, how important is that manifesto?
True.
Unfortunately, I feel like it's too important at this point for him to die.
That's what I'm
Like-
saying.
Like that. Like at one point, he's gonna be like, "This control pin on controls."
Yeah, he's gonna have like the
They're
hero's
all
death.
like,
He's gonna have to like plot a. They're gonna every time they plot a course, they're just gonna think about him.
you know what I was thinking is like, I was thinking of this whole heist,
Yeah,
and I was like, there's, I feel like they should do it where Cassian gets in a TIE fighter. Or
right.
I'm thinking like something goes wrong, and like the whole plan just flops.
Okay.
And, like,
Here's my problem with that.
yeah.
Is with how much they did that in Rebels.
What?
They have it. They just got to hijack a TIE fighter. Like that happened quite a few times. Sabine, they had a TIE fighter to the point where Sabine custom painted one because she got bored.
She was like, "This is mine now."
Okay. We
That's-
don't need to see more. Of
That sounds awesome, though.
It does.
Like-
That does sound sick.
Like the I know
love
the
a custom
rebellion, they
painted one.
stole AT-ATs and they just painted like a bunch of rebel stuff all over them.
I like that. That's one of my
Like, I
favorite
was like, that's so cool.
tropes. Like the little guy takes the big guy's stuff and then just like paints it. It's like, yeah, put horns on it. I don't know. Let's have fun. It's a good time. I really liked this episode. I liked it a lot better than episode 4, personally.
Yeah.
I thought it was really,
Well,
really well put
yeah.
together.
4 was definitely just like we need to get to a certain point
Yeah.
episode, but this one was
It would have been better if they put them both together, I think.
no.
No, that's long. That's
Yeah.
like 2 hours. Almost. It's like an hour and 40 some minutes.
Yeah, the trouble is like there's so much character development in this one, and it's kind of like I said, it happened all in one episode.
Yeah.
That way you're not like having to build up too much. Like I'm sure we'll get a couple other characters.
Yeah.
That then we'll start developing, but to get that all in one episode is really nice. Just to set a full scene for everything,
Yeah.
and doing that right before the big fight is huge.
Yeah. The only way that you have such a satisfying episode 5 is if you have episode 4 that lays that groundwork, even if it is a little bit less fun to watch.
It would have felt a little rushed if you got all this one episode ago.
Yeah.
Really, my gripe with the last episode is still just you could have done that in probably 2/3 to 3/4 of that time.
Yeah. I mean,
That's it.
that is if that's the worst as it gets, it's a pretty good show.
We did get faked out at that one point, thinking, "Wait, is this episode over?" And we had
yeah.
to check the time on.
At like the 30-minute point when they were like doing like B-roll shots of
Yeah,
just Aldani, and then they went back to they went to all 3 planets. I think they went like
Yeah.
Coruscant, Aldani, and then Morlana 1.
I mean, I don't know that we know exactly where Daedra's doing her research. It could be Morlana 1. It could be Coruscant.
I feel like when they showed the Imperial like ISB building, I'm just gonna call it that.
We'll call it a complex, whatever. Yeah.
The Imperial.
No, it's actually a good.
Yeah, that's a
good way to
I
phrase
think
that.
They were a sub like section of the ISB, which is basically
Yeah.
the Imperial Inspection Bureau.
Oh,
That-
okay.
Yeah, it's basically that they like go into everything with like they're very covert.
Yeah,
They're
just like
the
take
FBI
peeks.
of the Imperial Army, basically.
Nice.
Or I guess more like
The CIA.
CIA.
Okay.
It's like they're really covert. And, like I don't know where these guys with armor come out with like
Just
shoot everybody.
start glacking people.
Yeah.
Always fun. love big. I'm excited for fight scenes in the next episode because they've been kind of sparse.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna get something very much like either Mandalorian when they first went into a base, or the first time Bill Burr came out. I think we're
Yeah.
gonna get something similar to one of those, and I'm excited for it. Those
I-
are gonna be great.
I like the destructive nature of most of the battles that we've seen so far,
Yeah,
and I really enjoy. I think going forward in the Star Wars universe, I think it would make a lot of the fights more dynamic if they were not so often, and it was like is a big set piece. Like this is Michael Bay-esque type deal because you're you're literally using lasers and like laser guns and like things like you can.
Well, so this
booms.
is a real spy adventure.
Mhm.
This is more covert. This is, you're probably going to see him infiltrating things and not just always killing people.
Yeah.
I think getting away from the Jedis and the lightsabers really helps in that too. If we see Vader once or someone, like, okay, but this isn't going to be that show.
It's like a progression in the line of like, so there's the Jedi stuff, then there was like bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Now we're at, like there were mercenaries, then now we're at spies.
Yeah, it's fun not having that backup where you can just be like, and now I pull out my lightsaber and kill everyone.
Block every
Yeah.
laser bolt
Yeah.
ever and grab a ship and go.
Feels a little bit more high stakes. It is very fun.
I'm liking the TV direction.
Mhm.
I would enjoy if they did another era that's not just constantly right after the third movie or right after the sixth movie.
I want to see Old Republic so bad.
It is currently High Republic, but the comics are fun with that.
Yeah, that's fair. I love those characters so much, and those Jedi feel fun and powerful because they have fun and powerful counterparts. And so when they're locked in those duels and stuff like that, it is like a game of life and death in the same sort of high stakes environment that you get where everyone feels like they're on a level playing field.
I don't think we're going to get anything High Republic until maybe 5 to 10 years into the comics. Maybe we'll probably see an animated show because they're going to want to jump back into that sometime soon.
Yeah.
We got Bad Batch, but that'll only last for so long. We are getting Tales of the Jedi. We will be doing something for the Tales of the Jedi. We have no idea what it is because I'm avoiding spoilers. All I know is I think they're dropping all 6 episodes on the same day.
Yeah.
If you know anything about the release schedule, drop that in the comments because we're clueless.
Always have been, always will be.
But yeah, they're gonna want something else to go into, and they're definitely starting to explore High Republic more. And you can tell they're liking the reception of it because they're pumping out more content for it in comics.
Good. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable.
Anybody who wants more Star Wars stuff, just go check out what Marvel Comics are doing. It's absolutely fantastic since Marvel's taken back over for Star Wars.
Is the High Republic? Is that the like new version of the Old Republic?
Yes.
Is that like they took Legacy and just like yeet, and now
So-
they're just like High Republic?
I'll get a lot of hate for this. Forget all the extra crap from before. They're bringing in some of the highlights.
Mhm.
They're tweaking stories a little bit in that, but appreciate the fact that Disney's just in the Disney era, everything's canon, and it always will be. That's huge.
Yeah. That is pretty
You
huge.
know, the fact that we never had to sit here and be like, oh, well, this comic was great, but like, how much does it actually count?
Yeah.
Oh, does Luke actually have a wife? Well, it doesn't look like it now, but
Her name is Mara Jade. You
No, we're
can't
not-
tell
we're
me
not
any
going into this.
different. No.
Yeah, we're not. But that is one thing I think Disney's doing really well is everything's canon.
Yeah.
Everything tracks. It's one continuous story.
Which is fun.
And let's please get away from the Skywalker saga.
All right. Let's wrap it up real quick. What are any final thoughts on the episode, Luke?
I thought it was good. It had a lot of intrigue, and there was a lot of kind of like little pieces, little stories.
Mhm.
The thing with Mon Mothma, just the most savage breakfast of all existence.
Yeah.
And then like, what was this? What's the officer? Is his
Karn?
name? Karn. Yeah. Karn's just like, I'm home, Mom. Oh, thanks for being a failure. Welcome home. Eat your food.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna go work for Uncle Harmel.
Jack
Harlow.
Harlow. Working for Jack Harlow.
Your uncle on a quote unquote official / sketchy mercenary job.
Yeah. No biggie.
But I liked it a lot.
Good. What about you, Cody?
Great setup, great character development. I don't think we've seen this much character development
Mhm.
from anything Star Wars, like so well done so quickly with so many characters. Really, really helps set up more gravity of the situation of what we're wanting to see going forward.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell it's different directors behind this one. It's not Favreau Filoni, which we all love, but it is nice to see somebody else take up the helm and not mess it up like Kathleen Kennedy likes to do.
I like the episode. Thought it was fun. Really glad we got to see a lot of these characters develop. they're starting to open up a little bit. I'm excited for episode 6. It's gonna be fun. Please don't kill Nimic, please.
He's gonna
Yeah.
die.
Don't kill him yet. You can kill Skeen first, and then you can kill.
Nemec's gonna die. Skeen's gonna die right after him.
Thanks for watching Sugar Beats. All right. Well, if you've looked into the void and the void's looked it back at you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Gonna cut that one out. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate you guys sticking around all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what you guys leave content. Let us know what you guys think.
No,
of the
really,
episode.
content ideas. We'll take them.
Yeah, no, I will steal that so fast. Let us know what you think of the episode. Other than that, have a great day.